What you resist persists.
Exactly. It's like you're trying to stop something that's actually normal.
Right.
It's fucking normal. Normalize wanting a cookie. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. What do you think? You're going to go around never wanting a fucking donut or a sweet treat after dinner? Every single fucking night, give myself a sweet treat. Why? Because I want it.
You're fucking craving.
And I crave it. My son, every single night, has a sweet treat. It's just normalized. It's normal.
Yes. It's a big component of like mindful eating, right? If you're listening to us, you should hopefully be interested in mindful eating. What's a component of it is honoring your cravings.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean always giving in to your cravings. It means being aware of them and knowing when and where and how much to have.
Exactly.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon. Bam, we are live, Nerdle.
Live and kicking. What's up, Nerdle?
Not a whole lot. Feeling really good.
Nice.
I don't know if you saw my Instagram stories that I just posted right before getting on here.
Not right before, I don't think.
Gotcha. I just avoided a panic attack and it was really fucking cool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
By pausing and stopping, literally, and
what
asking
caused the panic? So walk me through the situation here.
For sure. A great way to start the podcast today, I think.
Yeah.
So it pertains to the podcast too. So it was like 12:30. I'm going to go upstairs into the office. I'm at Sarah's house, get ready for the podcast. So I'm not rushed like I have been the last couple of times, right? Get everything set up. Fuck, where's my charger for my laptop? Oh shit, it's at home. Because typically I have one here and one at home. But for some reason I took the one here home. Stupid. So I start freaking out. I'm like, well, I don't know if my laptop's going to make it. So I'm like, I got to go to the electronics store and buy a new charger. I've got 30 minutes. I haven't eaten lunch. And now I'm full blown panicking. Right. So I get to my car, sit in my front seat, and I'm like, stopped, paused, took a breath, and then literally took a step back. Because that's the important part of stopping is taking a step back. So by that, I got out of the car, observed what was going on around me. Nothing, right?
Yeah, right.
Whole fucking day. Nothing's on fire around me. Cool. What's best for me right now? What's best for me to do next? Right? Calm the fuck down, be unbothered, and pivot, motherfucker. So
that's right.
Here we are. I came upstairs, fired up the laptop, changed all my energy efficiency settings so that it's like battery saver mode, and I've got a couple hours of juice. I'm good.
Okay,
right?
good.
I pivoted and I'm unbothered because I practice that mindfulness in the moment. So that was really cool to see. Like, obviously I've struggled with anxiety, right? And the last time I had a really bad panic attack, I didn't even realize it was a panic attack. So these types of things are new to me, these experiences.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And also how to handle them is probably new too. Because now you're like recognizing the panic, which is huge.
It is. It is. Without awareness, you can't change, man. Like you really can't. So that's half the battle.
Yeah. Only because I've been struggling with anxiety since I was a teen. I have so many strategies. Like I have panic attacks like internally a lot, but I know how to handle them better now. It's like I'm a master at fucking handling my panic attacks. But it's like, okay, usually it's like these thoughts, like creating our own fucking thoughts in our head. And I had a therapist a long time ago saying thoughts are just thoughts. They're not fucking real. So get those thoughts out of your head. And it's always like, okay, like you said, pause. And I do I'll breathe in for 4 seconds. I'll hold it and I'll breathe out. And you focus on one thing in front of you and that's it. And it usually, subsides. But there's
that act of mindfulness for sure.
It's really pausing, and okay, what is causing this? Like I'm creating my own shit here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Get
the fuck out of your own way, please.
You also could have let me know.
I would have.
Like, you know what, Beth? I might be running late. Is it cool?
The panic version of me, right? But I was able to I avoided that catastrophe. I didn't self-implode, right? So I didn't need to communicate with you. So I figured it'd be a good talking point, actually.
Yeah.
I am
Yes.
talking to you, Nerdle, just in front of thousands
That's
of people
right.
as well here in a couple of days when this releases.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I'd like to wish happy birthday to Matt, who's going to be 38 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Matt.
Thank
Do you have
you.
anything special planned?
By the time this is out, I will be 38 because my birthday's Thursday, the 4th of July, right?
Something out of plans or anything?
No, actually. Can you believe it? I'm not doing anything crazy.
Are you going to see Dolsky?
I was going to, but he's plans this weekend. We both haven't been able to get our calendars connected, and we text each other like the other day. We're like, dude, we miss you, bro. Like one of those, you know? So like sometime in August, I think we're going to get together. But no, this weekend, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be me, Sarah, and Riker. I don't know what else, but like hiking, I told Sarah, I don't really care what we do. I just want to go get out and hike. So
nice.
She's planning it. We talked about like getting a little, like a yurt or something, but like we'll just save the money and just go hiking, running, something like that. So
yeah, nice. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Nerdle. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Anything new with you that you want to catch up on? I know we talk about it, but last week, I'm just glad that last week is over and behind us, right? After we got back from
we had
Oregon.
a chaotic fucking podcast last week. Sorry, guys. It was we just got back.
And low key felt bad, right? Like I know this isn't our best effort, but like at the same time, like we talk about doing it fucking ugly all the time.
Imperfect action.
Yeah, and that's what we did. So that's what made me feel better about it. Like we're literally practicing what we preach. If somebody's going to get turned off by our episode because it came off as messy, maybe we haven't heard that once from anybody either, too, right?
No, not yet. Yeah.
At least. So that's probably just our self-limiting beliefs that we're projecting that maybe.
I mean, not every podcast is going to be top 10.
Yeah. Right. Oh, imagine that.
Or, you know,
home run with everyone, huh?
It's like not every day is going to be perfect with your nutrition or your strength training or whatever the fuck you do. So
yeah, practicing what we preach, baby.
Okay. What's new with me? My deck is almost done. We've been redoing our deck because it was rotting. So that's cool.
You got a big deck?
It's bigger, not too big because you have to like talk to the code officer and all that shit. You got to get permits.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just extended out like I think 2 feet. Yeah, but it's bigger.
2 feet. Which way? Towards the pool?
Yeah. So it's longer. Yep.
Nice.
And
so much more room for activities.
I know. More laying out.
Yeah.
More lounging. I'm having Chef Rich. He is actually he does really good at interior decorating. So I have a room upstairs that used to be my stepdaughter's room, who no longer lives with us, and I don't think she'll ever be coming back. I mean, she's a junior in high school at this point. I'm turning it into like a walk-in closet.
Sick.
And I'm getting like all the shit out of my closet.
That's going to like honor the fashion designer in you, right?
Yeah. So I'm pumped. Rich is helping put that all together because it's a super small space. I mean, it's big for a closet, but there's no closet in this room. It's basically.
Oh my God, are you going to document it and become a lifestyle influencer?
No. I actually thought about, let's do the before and after. I'm like,
but you should do that though. That'd be fucking cool.
I should, yeah.
Jokes aside.
True.
Yeah.
True. But
also,
I haven't.
You don't need to just because I'm saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck off, Matt. Right? I'm not documenting shit. No, I probably will. I'll take before and afters for sure. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah.
Again, awesome time at the meet and greet last week. Everybody had a great time with us and super grateful. I've been reflecting on that a lot lately. It was just an awesome trip.
It was so awesome. I feel like, what was I thinking yesterday? I was thinking, you know what? It's like when you're in the moment, then you're like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like you're trying to take it all in. And when you get home is when you're like, oh my God, that's really
the
fucking
real beauty
cool.
Of it. Like that's
yes. Right? Yeah, it really does.
I get that.
So it's like, wow, it makes me I want to go to Olympic.
Yeah. We are definitely going to go back for an Olympic trip.
Yeah. For sure. I'm ready for another
Pacific Northwest on our mind.
I know.
Okay, well, let's not waste any time.
Anonymous Q&A today, guys. I have so many fucking questions. I will not be able to answer them all, obviously.
Yeah.
And I have not opened them yet. I opened one and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to look at the other one. So this is just me being blind to these questions.
Well, why don't you go ahead and pick one at random or whatever you want to do, and then we'll go back and forth.
All right. Let's see here. Can you please talk about hydration?
Yes.
What would you like to know? Drink your fucking water. I think people overcomplicate this shit, like most things.
Because there's so much bullshit out there. People tell you water doesn't even hydrate you unless it's because it's too fucking big, right? So I can't fucking blame people for having these questions.
Or that they need to add like electrolytes to their water or whatever.
Right. Okay. So where do we start with hydration? It's fucking important.
Yeah.
If you think you're drinking enough water, no, you're probably not. You could always gauge your hydration levels by your pee test, right? That's something we like to talk about.
Yeah. I have like a pee chart.
Yep. Can you explain the pee chart? Let's talk about pee.
See, you can gauge your hydration through your urine,
Yeah.
From light to dark. So you don't want to be where it's like clear. That's like kind of like overly hydrated. You want it like a nice light yellow. Once you're getting to the dark yellow, the orange, the brown, you're fucking
Does
dehydrated.
brown go to the hospital? Because that's fucking
Brown
bad.
is like not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't need to add electrolytes unless you're a marathon runner, unless you're fucking sweating profusely, if you're running in the heat.
Like right now, I'm not even using electrolytes and I'm doing 20 miles a week, but I'm in Ohio, so it's not too humid right now.
Yeah.
I'm just eating plenty of sodium in my diet.
Yeah.
Right. Potassium as well, like with my bananas and all that good stuff. But majority of people don't need electrolytes unless you're an athlete, you're training for a marathon, or you have a highly active job where you're sweating a lot, like you're in a hot fucking factory, 120 degrees. They're going to be supplying you with electrolytes at work. Trust me, I get it. I used to work in a fucking glass factory where it got to like 130 degrees inside in the summertime. God, that was awful. Or if you live in a warm climate like Florida where it's really hot and humid and you're outside during the hottest parts of the days, maybe don't do that if you can avoid it. But general people, don't need electrolytes. Drink your water.
I know a lot of influencers try to sell the LMT. I see it all the
I'm tired
time.
of saying some of our
I'm
friends
like,
too.
come on, man.
It's not harmful. Like
it's because they're working with a specific company.
Not to knock them. Like people can benefit from it, but people think that like electrolytes are the why they have all these fucking problems, and they're not.
Right.
Just another thing that's over sensationalized right now. Eat a balanced diet. You won't need electrolytes. Fuel your body for your workouts. You won't need electrolytes. Don't restrict. Drink your water with each meal. Start your day with a fucking glass of water. Water before coffee is a good kind of rule of thumb. Coffee does, in fact, actually hydrate you. That's a common myth that it doesn't. It's a net positive. Let's see, up to a certain point. Eat your water, eat your fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, watermelon.
I'm not going to sit here and say drink a gallon of water because a lot of people don't need that much. Drink more water, eat more water.
Yeah. I drink about, let's see, if I finish my Awala, that's 40 ounces. So my goal is to finish my Awala and then fill it up again. And I usually get about halfway through. And to me, that's plenty.
Yeah, this here's 40 ounces as well. I just checked.
Yeah.
I go through a lot of these, though, to be fair. I drink a lot. I'm a fucking camel. I drink a lot of water. I probably go through 4 of these a day.
Damn.
And even then, I'm like a lot. But also, I'm running a lot. Plus, I'm taking creatine. And with my antidepressants, too, you're supposed to increase your water intake. So, yeah. Okay. Great question, I think. Good to move on from that one.
Yeah.
Okay. How to set calories for maintenance. This is something we've talked about a lot, so we won't talk about it too much. But if you're in a deficit and you're tracking your calories right now, it's going to be really easy for you to find what your maintenance level calorie is because you should have started there. That's how you figured it out. What's a good rule of thumb, like for using your body weight? Is it times
14 or 15?
14 or 15. I was going to say anywhere from 14 to 16, I think.
Yeah, but you can also go to the TDEE calculator online or my calculator, Matt's calculator, and that'll.
I always forget about our own shit.
When you figure out your deficit, it's going to give you your maintenance. So reconfigure your new maintenance, which is usually not too much farther from your deficits, probably a couple hundred, anywhere from 200 to 500, depending on how low you went.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you're dieting, if you're in a calorie deficit and you don't know what your maintenance was, you might be dieting, like I dare to say, wrong, because you should know these things. You might be dieting recklessly if you don't know what your maintenance level calories are, but you should have started from there.
Yeah, agree.
Plus, we do have an entire fucking episode dedicated to maintenance with Paul Salter on this podcast. So go listen to that one. Maintenance is fucking progress with Paul Salter is the title.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. All right. I love this question that I have next. How to stop craving sweets. Okay. One thing I have to say to that is, why are you trying to stop craving sweets? I think everyone's going to crave sweets.
What you resist persists.
Exactly. It's like you're trying to stop something that's actually normal.
Right.
It's fucking normal. Normalize wanting a cookie. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. What do you think? You're going to go around never wanting a fucking donut or a sweet treat after dinner? I, every single fucking night, give myself a sweet treat. Why? Because I want it.
You're fucking craving.
And I crave it. My son every single night has a sweet treat. It's just normalized. It's normal.
Yes. It's a big component of like mindful eating, right? If you're listening to us, you should hopefully be interested in mindful eating. What's a component of it is honoring your cravings.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean always giving in to your cravings. It means being aware of
Right.
them and knowing when and where and how much to have.
Exactly. And it's like the more you're going to want to stop, the more you're going to have them.
Don't think about the purple elephant. Everybody listening, don't think about a purple elephant. Everybody,
like, oh my God, I want a sweet treat. I want a sweet treat. I can't have a sweet treat. I can't have one. I want one. I can't have one. And then when you have one, oh my God, I can't stop. I can't stop. Yeah, because you fucking kept yourself away from them. That's why.
Yeah. I just reposted an old post of mine on my story today about one of our mindful eating clients that they posted a screenshot on the days that they eat, have a cookie, that they actually consume fewer calories. And it makes sense to us because it's dietary adherence.
Yep.
That exposure therapy, knowing that you can have it all the time.
Include those sweet treats daily. It's what you resist will persist. Restriction leads to binging. You're not addicted to sweets, okay? I can't stand it. I'm addicted to sugar.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Your
body literally wants sugar. Your brain needs glucose. How can you be addicted to something that you fucking need?
Someone just said in my comment section that your body doesn't need sugar. I was like, what the fuck are you on right now?
If you don't get sugar from your diet, your body will actually, it figures out a way to manufacture it.
Yeah.
It's a thing. That's what ketosis is. People that are in keto, their body is actually manufacturing sugar and glucose. It's that fucking important. Stop trying to fucking cut it out of your damn diet, people. Eat some fruit. That's sugar. You're telling me you don't want to eat that? It's the same fucking thing. Okay. It's the same thing. There is no difference. The only thing is fiber or fruit is healthier for you. If you're going to talk about, right? It's get loaded in micronutrients and fiber. Nobody's saying sit here and eat a fucking tablespoon of sugar, but you can have a sweet treat.
Exactly.
Okay, and so this is kind of along the same lines then. What do you think of eating natural granola in a deficit? Is it too much of a sugar meal or good fiber? You can absolutely eat natural granola in a deficit. You can eat
What is natural granola first? What is that? The granola that you made, or is it something that you know what I'm saying? Like, what are
That's marketing. You just got caught up in marketing, my friend. That's marketing.
Natural granola, clean granola. I get the question about granola all the time. Like, all granola to me is, it's like nuts, right? It's highly caloric to eat granola.
Yeah, especially like a lot of granola is added, has a bunch of stuff added to it too that negates that. But yeah,
granola, I add that to my yogurt. Actually, that's one of my dessert things. I add that every night. But I'm just mindful with it. There's nothing wrong with granola. If you like it, eat it. But just be aware if you're on a fat loss journey of the portions and stuff like that.
Well said. All right, your turn.
Any recommendations on walking shoes? I think everyone's going to be different.
I hear really good things about Brooks.
Yeah, I use Brooks for my running and walking. But honestly, I'm horrible person to ask about walking shoes because I'll walk in my Converse.
Me too.
I will walk in my hiking boots. Okay. I don't have foot issues either. So I think it's what's best is actually go to like a running store.
I was just going to recommend that.
They can fit your feet, not necessarily for running, but they have walking shoes there too. And try on some shoes and see what feels good. Talk to the people there. They're knowledgeable about feet and what works for some people. And
don't go to Dick's. Don't go to Dick's to get fitted.
Right.
Those guys are high schoolers. No offense to
Fleet
high schoolers.
Feet. I don't know if
they don't know what they're talking about.
Do you have a Fleet Feet near you? I don't know if it's a main thing, but we have Fleet Feet.
I haven't heard of it. I've never heard of that. We have like here in Toledo, Northwest Ohio, we have Dave's Running. Or a really good option is REI. There's usually REI co-ops nearby people. They'll help you. Those guys are pretty knowledgeable too. They fitted me for my hiking boots actually.
Yeah.
Next year. So
nice.
Yeah. Go to a specialty store.
Yep. Get fitted. Because, we all have different feet.
We can't sit here and give you that. We're not the type of people that can just give you general blanket recommendations because everybody's different. And if somebody's telling you these are the best, like, unless it's your doctor or somebody that
the best for them
specifically worked with you for that. Right. Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Is it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
Okay. How do we know our ideal weight? Docs still rely on outdated BMI charts. Love what you two do. Thank you. I'm not a fan of the ideal weight. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, I get this question all the time. And I literally am like,
where do you feel good?
Yeah.
Where do you perform well? where do your health markers come back positive?
What does your blood work look like? What is your
Right.
cholesterol? What is your heart, cardiac shit? You need to.
That may not be your lightest weight. That's what people need to understand.
Yeah. And if your doctor's saying you need to be a specific weight, but your blood work and everything is perfect, you're healthy, you feel good, you're not morbidly obese, find a new doctor. Someone that's going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because the BMI chart is not necessarily always right.
I'm borderline obese. I think I'm like, according to BMI.
Yeah.
I truly am.
I think I'm currently overweight according to BMI, actually.
For shits and gigs, right now, let's find out if I'm overweight according to BMI. BMI chart. Calculate your BMI according to the NHI. All right. I am 6 foot 0 inches, currently weigh 185 pounds. My BMI is 25.1. I'm overweight, barely overweight, but I am in the overweight category. I'm sorry, but I am not overweight. No,
Yeah.
I am not overweight. And when I would have been just a few months ago, when I was about 205, I had a little bit extra fat then, right? I was still healthy though. I was 27.8, which is right in the middle of that overweight range. I would have to get down to about 170 to 180.
Oh my God.
For that to be considered healthy. And I've been there. That's the thing, right?
I was going to say that'd be really thin for you, Matt.
I was there. My lowest body weight I've been since I started losing weight at 250 pounds back when Riker was born. My lowest when I was working with a coach, I got 169.
Wow.
One weigh in. I remember it. And this was like 2015 or 16. Shredded to the gills. And that was essentially the last time I ever sniffed the 170s, because I started kind of spiraling after that. So it wasn't worth it. So that was not ideal. Okay.
Right.
Ideal is dependent on you.
Yep.
So there's my experience.
Okay, I guess it's mine. Do you have a bedtime routine? I know sleep is important for weight loss and health, and it's my nemesis. Thanks from a fellow New Englander. You're fucking fantastic and appreciated. Thank you. I do have a nighttime routine.
I don't know it specifically, but you're very serious. Like, you have a good routine, I feel like.
Yeah, Matt knows. We've spent many weeks together.
Yeah.
So to speak,
many
right?
Many trips.
Yeah, many trips. And I'm a creature of habit. Matt knows, like 8:39, maybe even earlier than that. I'm like, all right, time for me to go to bed. And usually I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, just get ready and just kind of fucking go to bed.
Like if I text Beth at like 9 o'clock, I can almost guarantee I'm not going to hear from her until the next day because she's sleeping.
Yeah. And I get tired at the same time every night, literally. And that's why it's hard for me to stay up past a certain time. So I'm fucking like, it's like eating, you're hungry at a certain time because that's your schedule.
Body gets used to it.
My body's in this rhythm. Even my watch, my Aura ring will let me know, like, okay, it's time to get ready for bed. Like, this is your perfect bedtime, your sleep. If it's past that, it's like, all right, well, time to wind down now.
Yeah. Yeah. Admittedly, nighttime routine is something I struggle with, and it's something I've been getting better at probably these last 6 months. Imagine that, as my mental health has improved and I've been really getting to the bottom of why I was feeling so shitty. I've started working on all these things, but my nighttime routine admittedly is a little poor, but I'm working on it. Last night I was really proud of myself. Was in bed by 11, and Sarah was like, what do you want to pretend to fall asleep to tonight? Or pretend to stay awake to tonight? I'm like, nothing. Let's go to bed. I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, because usually she's like, yeah, let's go to bed. Let's like, yeah. But one thing I have added to my nighttime routine for a while now, and it's really helped me a lot, especially with anxiety first thing in the morning, is leaving my phone outside of the room when I sleep. I don't do that anymore. And I try to go the first 30 minutes of the day without my phone as well. And that has a big effect.
Yeah. I'll also take a Serenity gummy later in the day, like evening, sometimes late afternoon, but I'll take a Serenity gummy. And also I do not have the TV on when I'm going to sleep. I don't even
have a TV in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Get the TVs out of the bedroom, guys. That's a recommendation.
Yeah, it really is. It should be.
But on the gummies, that's a great shout too, because we actually both were struggling a little bit with sleep when we got back from our trip last week, right?
Yeah.
And the nightcaps is something that we were taking as needed for those couple of days. Do you take the nightcaps every day, or was it just?
No, just sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They helped me because that was a rough couple of nights a week of sleep, getting adjusted to it. So I do feel like that helped. That helped to cure. Thanks.
Code CTC for 20% off.
There we go. That was awesome of them again for hooking everybody up on the.
Yes, all the samples they gave our
Yeah.
peeps for
Everybody
the
loved
meet
them.
and greet.
Because your client Tiffany, she said she was gonna take those to try to help her with inflammation and the swelling after the hike. Do you know?
Oh, Jennifer, I don't know.
Oh,
I'll have
what
to.
did I say?
You said Tiffany.
Oh, I meant Jenny or Jennifer. Yeah.
I'll have to ask Amy to ask her because she's Amy's client.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
But we're doing a little newsletter on Jenny in the meet and greet and
Oh yeah.
shouting her out. Yeah.
I saw that she was shouted out in the Cut the Crap newsletter today, which came out today.
That's cool.
Today
I didn't know that.
out? Yeah.
Did it come out today?
I don't remember when we scheduled it for, but I think it came out today. But yeah, we have a newsletter too, guys.
Yes, we do. I forgot we even have a newsletter.
You can sign up for it on our website. And when you become a member of our Patreon, you get added to it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Patreon because we just had new workouts actually for that too.
Yeah.
A couple of shout outs there real quick.
I know, right?
Shit. All right. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great fucking question. How do y'all turn out or get past all the negative comments they all get on your posts? People be bold and crazy as fuck when they are hiding behind the keyboard.
Oh.
I seriously love following you both and listening to your podcast. Keep up the awesome content. Love y'all and hope to meet y'all one day. Well, whoever
Thanks.
we love you. We hope to meet you one day too. We appreciate it. Let us know who you were. So how do we tank? Some days admittedly, it's tough sometimes, right? It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
We struggle with it.
Just 30 minutes ago, I made a clapback video because
did you?
Of course,
okay.
That's usually when I've had it. Usually I just let it slide or
it's a release for us too sometimes.
It really is. It's like, you know what? Every time a video, I guess, goes viral, semi-viral, it hits a side of the internet that people that don't usually see my videos, right?
Yes.
And it's not usually people that follow me that say these things.
For sure.
I just got the video I did about fruit. Of course, there's people that are still thinking fruit is bad for you. And then you have the people.
Move on from that.
I mean, it's old. Then, of course, I got all these people. Yes, they were mostly men, which is fucking weird, talking about my swearing.
Fuck you guys. Like, they're not men. They're a bunch of little fucking boys.
You're so unbecoming. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so
I've been seeing so many triggered men in social media comments.
Yes.
This week. I saw this side note here. I saw this country music video come up from this woman. Have you seen it yet? It's called like Dick in the Deer Stand or something like that.
No, I haven't.
It's about her how she doesn't need a guy and when she's out hunting or anything like that because she's got a toy in her deer stand. And you look at the comments and there's so many triggered men. Who's gonna pay the bills? Who's gonna take care of you? I'm like, guys, you're completely like.
Are they serious?
This is why women choose the bear. You fucking idiots.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you got to do better. All right, there's no rant.
Yeah, we have a mission to help people. So I think at this point, it's been 4 years since me and Matt have been creating content, and we kind of just I don't know. I let it slide most of the time. At the beginning, it was hard for me.
But we also have each other. Beth and I have each other.
We're rant to each other.
And this podcast was started too, though, as an outlet for us to vent and for like our safe place. Like we can say whatever the fuck we want.
We can. No one could stop us.
Yeah.
So you better fuck around and find out. You better not. My ammo is usually, I'll just fucking call them out on the podcast.
Yeah.
It never usually happens, but I know I can.
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
Because podcasts, that's a lot more powerful than some videos or stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, not to brag, but especially when you got the reach that we somehow built.
Right.
Cool. So grateful for it, guys. By the way, oh my God, squirrel moment. But guys, we're coming up on 3 years of the podcast.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
On 150 fucking episodes. We got to do something cool.
Oh, I know. We need to.
All right, we'll chat offline. But guys, if you do something cool, let us know what you would want to see us do. Because
3 years. That's
we want you to celebrate this with us too. It's been a wild fucking ride. All right, your turn, right?
Yeah. Okay, how strict should I be with counting calories if I'm doing a body recomp? Some days I'm over and some days I'm under. Currently doing 10% deficit. Thanks for any advice. All right, here's my thing. If you're going to do something, fucking do it. Don't half-ass it. You know?
Well, that's it.
I'm a little bit over and a little bit under. Why don't you just be a little bit on more than you're not? Do you know, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but
no, I just love to hear you say it like that.
Do it or fucking don't. Like, why are you fucking
shit or get off the pot?
blue-balling this shit? Like,
here's what would be better, honestly. Eat at maintenance. Let your body recomp happen around maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. Just eat at maintenance. Stay at your maintenance, and then do that. Push the
body
fucking
recomp
weights
will
hard.
happen there naturally over time. Yeah. Like Beth said, that if you're going to be on, just be at that maintenance level. That'll happen too.
Yeah.
And you don't have to fucking worry about this 10% over,
Yeah. I
10%
mean,
under. You're going
10%,
to
I'm like, what the fuck is even that? That would confuse me if I was trying. I'm going to be 10% under my deficit. And
100 calories, like
I mean, why do you
over 1,000
100
calories.
calories? Then you're going over into a surplus land. How many 100 calories you're going over? It's just do it or don't. Be in maintenance. Stick with the fucking weights. Get your
But also,
steps
like,
in.
if you, yeah, especially now that we talk about it even further, if you're trying to do body recomp, you don't really have any business being in like a big deficit, like
Yeah.
or deficit at all, because if you're around maintenance, it'll happen there,
Yeah.
honestly. So,
Yeah. That's what I have to say about that.
yeah, totally. Okay. Here's a good one. Hey, any advice on how to mentally recover from a binge, low mood, feeling shame, etc.? Okay. Mentally recover from a binge. So, first of all, I want to clarify. Are you talking about like overeating? Because if you're talking about a binge, like a binge eating episode, as in you're diagnosed with the binge eating disorder, this I can't give you advice for that. So I'm going to give you advice for general overeating, like an overeating episode. Okay. Because I really want to start, really want people to start getting really fucking clear on the words they use. Most people say they binge, but they're not actually binging. They're just overeating. And I want people to understand there's a difference.
Right. A huge difference.
Huge difference. Okay.
Huge.
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 The biggest, the best
Oh
difference.
God. Yeah.
Okay. All jokes aside, you just got to move on. Like it sounds so easy, right? Just move on. It's
What
hard.
is
You got to
marinating in
release.
that doing for
What?
you? You know?
What is leading up to this overeating episode? You need to reverse engineer this shit because you probably told yourself to not eat. You probably had before this binge episode or before this overeating episode happened, you were probably resisting it and telling yourself, no, this is bad. I can't do this. If I do this, I fucked up, right? I'm a bad person if I overeat. That's where, so stop telling yourself. If you're going to overeat, own it. Full fucking send. I just made a video about this. If you're going to overeat, do it. Own it.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass it like Beth was just talking about.
No
Full
guilt.
ass it.
You either do it or you don't.
Give yourself permission. Damn it. This is mindful eating.
Yeah.
You cannot heal from a place of shame and hating your body.
Yeah.
Food freedom sounds cheesy and cliche, but that is what this is. You cannot change from a place of shame and guilt. So if you're going to overeat, that's fine. Give yourself permission to do it, because that releases the negative afterwards, the shame and the guilt and beating yourself up.
Yeah. And then understand why it happened. Like Matt said, like what happened during the day? How did you feel during the day? How did you feel before? It's really like journaling about it, becoming aware of why this is happening. Usually there's patterns to this kind of stuff.
Always pattern.
You know, so figure out the pattern and like Matt said, reverse engineer this shit. Get help if you need it.
Like everything we've been talking about in this episode, especially with like the way I managed my panic attack and everything at the beginning, right? Like that's all this is. We're just being aware of these things.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
It's what we teach for a living, guys. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Protein ideas for a nut, dairy, legume, and soy-free household. I'm so tired of chicken and ground beef, but allergies prevent using those other foods. I use chicken broth, bone broth, powder. I think I just need to suck it up, but I thought I'd ask in case. Thank you.
Okay, so what are the allergens?
Nuts. Okay, well, number one, nuts are a horrible protein source, so we don't care about that. That's a fat source. Okay, just let's nip the nuts in the bud. Cut the nuts off. Legumes. So legumes are like a fiber. Okay. So also let's negate those.
Yeah.
Soy. So no tofu. Okay. So my first instinct is like, okay, yep, chicken and ground beef. What about ground turkey? What about
fish?
I was going to say fish, tuna, salmon, shrimp, haddock.
Oh, really great.
Go into the fucking seafood land because you didn't mention
healthy fats there too, omegas.
So shrimp is the goat of protein and super low calorie, FYI.
It's all protein.
Salmon is something I've been into lately. Lots of omega-3 fatty acids.
Yes. Salmon burgers are the fucking shit, dude.
And just, experiment with recipes. Really find your favorite
I've been into
protein
turkey
sources.
burgers. I should repost my turkey burger recipe. Summer.
Me too. So turkey burger's great. Like ground chicken, even like maybe make ground chicken.
Is there any reason like are they excluding beef or anything? Did they
No,
say?
because I'm tired of chicken and ground beef.
Okay, so eat some steak.
So
Grill some steaks.
yeah.
Like it's grilling season, baby. Throw some steaks
Yeah,
on the
grilling.
grill. Do some pork chops. We've been doing pork chops a lot. Sarah loves making pork chops. I just had them for lunch with mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So basically, you can't have dairy or soy because the other things in my mind, unless you're a vegan,
this is a minor detail.
but it's really
Options.
you got to get curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Start experimenting.
Mhm.
Go on Pinterest. There's tons of recipes on Pinterest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
Okay. So here's a good one, because this will be a good topic here for a few minutes. Why is there resistance to educating clients and the general public about artificial ingredients in ultra processed foods on your social
God,
media
here we go.
platforms? Yeah.
Wait, can you read that again?
Yes. Why is there resistance to educating clients?
Resistance. Okay.
Yeah,
Clients,
and the general
okay.
public about artificial ingredients and ultra processed foods on your social media platforms. First of all, what do they talk about educating clients? They don't know how we work with our clients.
Yeah,
This certainly isn't a client saying these
Exactly.
things, because our clients eat
And also,
foods.
we do educate people.
We do. Just we don't,
You're
we don't
not
like the way we educate
you don't
people.
like the fact that we say artificial sweeteners are safe, which they are.
Right.
So if you're expecting
Facts
us to say
feelings are
something
not
that's
facts.
not fucking true, you're not going to hear that from us because we don't fucking bullshit you. We
have
listen
had
and learn
doctors
from the people that are fucking have PhDs in nutrition, guys, not some fucking shirtless man in the grocery store giving out nutritional advice.
Who has a business degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to learn from the best, Alan Aragon, who has an amazing book, Flexible Dieting, get that, okay, from someone that actually has a science background in nutrition. Lane Norton, PhD in nutrition. Andy Does Healthy. Zach Cohen. Follow the people that understand the fucking science. Abby Langer, another one. Dr. Ids, okay? Artificial sweeteners are safe. So it's not about that we're not educating. We don't fearmonger shit. That doesn't need to be fearmongered.
Right. For context here, convenience, that I just posted this story earlier today, actually. For like, one thing people will say diet soda, right, is toxic, and because of aspartame. Well, you need to drink like something like 30 plus cans of diet soda every day for many, 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 many years for it to have any type of harmful effect on you.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. It gave cancer to lab.
Well, I'm not to say that, because there's always somebody.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But, yeah.
Corrected. But those are the outliers, right?
There's not many. Okay.
No. And they're not doing it enough to it still wouldn't be impacting them. That we know that from that perspective.
Yeah. No one's going into the hospital for a fucking diet soda overdose. Trust me when I say this, but they are going in the hospital for alcohol overdoses. But no one's talking about that, are they? Why don't you ask about how we don't teach, or we are teaching about alcohol consumption and how even having one drink is not safe?
There's a thing called, in science and chemistry, and when we're talking about toxic ingredients and scary chemicals, dosage makes the poison, right? Anything in the right amount can be harmful to you. Water can be toxic to you in the right amounts. It can fucking kill you in the right amounts, right? So for context, I just reposted this on my story earlier from Mary Spano years ago. How much conventional non-organic produce do you need to eat to get a toxic amount of pesticide residues? For strawberries, you'd have to eat 453 strawberries in a sitting. For nectarines, you have to eat 5,759 of them.
Oh my God.
You have to eat 850 apples and 1,190 cherries. In one sitting, you'd have to eat that many for it to have for it to be toxic to you. So when we talk about ingredients being toxic to you, dosage matters. And if somebody isn't talking, if they're saying an ingredient is toxic for you and bad for you, but they're not saying how it's toxic for you via what pathways in the human body and what amounts and what dosages and what impacts and over how much exposure over an extended amount of time. And then lastly, backing it up with scientific evidence, they're fucking dismissed. And the people you're listening to aren't doing any of that because they are incapable of doing that because this evidence doesn't exist. That's it. End of discussion.
And
You're
the thing
wrong.
with the ultra processed foods, me and Matt are not telling everyone to eat ultra processed foods all day.
Right.
We're not telling you to have fucking Cocoa Puffs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Twinkies
When we say
as
you
your
can
dessert.
eat a donut and be healthy, doesn't mean we're saying, hey, eat donuts for every meal and snack.
Enjoy your fucking life, okay? This shit's not going to kill you, but it's your mindset And the way you live your life as a whole, that is going to be your detriment.
That
Okay.
donut won't kill you, but you know what may? An eating disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're afraid of the fucking donuts. This is a
Right.
fucking fact.
Yeah.
Eating disorders are the leading death of any mental health issue.
The
Illness.
mental gymnastics
So fuck
that
off with
goes
it.
on is like, I feel really bad for people that get this worked up about food because I used to be this person.
So
It
was
literally, I was a fucking mess. Yet I was drinking 2 bottles of wine a night. Yep. But
Right.
you know what? Don't have
So we
that
say
fucking
these
ice
things
cream
with
because there's
love, but
too
also
much
to be stern
sugar.
because we were you people.
I've been there and I was fucking miserable. I was fucking miserable. The mindset that I had was my detriment. It wasn't the food.
Right. Right.
I'm
there's our
healthier and
rant.
happier than I've ever been, and I have fucking Cocoa Puffs, and I
Oh my
have
God.
donuts, and I have fucking pizza, but I don't eat that shit all day long. Okay?
Right. You also eat 30 grams of fiber, crush your protein,
Yeah, exactly.
and eat
Exactly.
your micronutrients.
Mhm.
Strength train, do your cardio. See, that's the thing. We're going to
I
continue.
lowered my
It's not one
cholesterol
thing. It's a
by
collection.
eating processed foods, along with increasing my fiber is what lowered my cholesterol.
Right.
Making sure I was getting at least 35 grams of fiber a day.
You
Because
cannot
before,
identify any one thing in your life and say that is the problem.
exactly,
Like
exactly.
it's that ingredient that is no. It's a collection of everything.
Yeah.
It's a holistic fucking overview. Okay. I hate that word because it's so misused, but it's true. It's the collection of your habits, your behaviors, your emotions, everything.
Yeah.
It's not the one ingredient that you're
Right.
having the couple times a week. Come on, guys. Let's get real with yourself. Grow the fuck
I was
up.
gonna say, get real.
Yeah. Let's get t-shirts made and say grow the fuck up. Cut the crap.
Speaking of which, we need to work on gear. We need to work on a lot of things. We need like a quarterly meeting, Matt.
Yeah, well, we have been, I guess. Well, the last couple we've done have just been us hiking and actually not working. So yeah, we need to get back into like actually
Squirrels. When we see trees and water, we get sidetracked.
Yeah, we lose all inhibitions and just
We're like, all right, Matt, we're just fucking hiking
for
for like 4 days straight. We're not going to talk to anybody. We're not making any
when
videos.
my mind sees a mountain, I'm just like,
I know.
I lose
I'm
control.
with you.
All
okay,
right.
I got one. If I consistently stay in a calorie deficit, but consistently miss my protein goal, is that an issue? Okay, well, let's break some things down. If you're in a consistent calorie deficit, you will lose fat. So that's one thing, right? Okay, but if you're consistently low on protein while in a calorie deficit, you are at risk for losing some muscle, especially if you're not strength training. Now, if you're consistently missing your protein goal by 20 grams, 30 grams, I mean, that's not big. That's not a big fucking deal. Let's not, go crazy and make sure that people are like, I got to hit this number. I got to hit this fucking number. No, you don't. Just get as close as you can. There's always a range. So for protein, for fat loss, I like to take a goal weight and multiply that by 0.7 to 1. So let's say even if your goal weight was 150, that's only 108 grams of protein. Okay, that's doable. So
3 meals a day and a snack, or even
it's not a big deal unless you're not strength training and you're consistently missing your protein and you're, in a low calorie deficit.
Correct. Now, one thing I want to call out here about a calorie deficit and missing your protein, especially if it's going to be by a bigger amount. Your calorie deficit actually is going to be a little bit different than you think it is when you don't get your protein in either, because protein has a high thermic effect. So the more protein you eat, the more calories your body is burning. So if you eat 1,000 calories of protein and 1,000 calories of carbs, your body's going to expend more energy on the protein, and it's not going to burn as much energy to break down the carbs. So if you're consistently under your protein goal, you're actually going to be even burning fewer calories than you think you are actually doing too. So your calorie deficit actually might not be that accurate too. So I'm going to call that out. This is called the thermic effect of food. We've talked about it before, especially in our protein Bible episode of this podcast, which is one of our best ever performing episodes, by the way. We should probably repost that one sometime soon.
Which one?
The protein Bible that we did.
Oh, yeah.
We did that one like maybe 6 months ago, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's been one of our best episodes.
Wow.
Listen to that one.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Is it my turn? So this is a good, simple one. And I think you're probably going to crush this one even more so than me. What are your favorite pasta mix-ins? So I don't get super like complicated when I cook. If I'm cooking pasta, I usually just use what I have in the fridge, which is usually my veggie staples are going to be onions, mushrooms, peppers, and some spinach. So those are usually what I add to almost everything that I cook
Yeah.
in one form or another. Like those are
I love
my
pasta.
staples. Uh-huh. Yeah.
See, with pasta, I look for volume to add with pasta, right? Because you want to make it a fucking big pasta with other things. So it seems like you're eating a ton of pasta, which a lot of people love pasta, but for me, it just depends what mood I'm in. I may make like a meat sauce with my pasta, but then I'll add like grilled zucchini and toss that in. I always add veggies, okay? And then a meat source. Last night I made broiled salmon and Brussels sprouts, and I put that in my pasta, which was really fucking good.
Kind of like a sausage use, like olive oil or
Yeah, olive oil, salt and pepper, and some just like Tony's chicharrones, I call it. It's like a spicy salt. And then the seasoning from the salmon kind of seasoned it up too. And then a little bit of Parmesan.
You mentioned adding like zucchini into the meat sauce. Are you a fan of using like zoodles and things like that? I think you just didn't you just post like a review of some product that you used the other day?
Yeah, that was Rich was like, you need to try this. It was angel hair pasta that's made with hearts of palm.
Okay, what'd you think of that?
And it was meh. I was like,
meh.
Nah, I'll eat my Barilla pasta.
Got it.
I'm
not a big fan of like a lot of those like.
No, I'd rather. I mean,
chickpea.
You get a good serving of pasta when I'm always satisfied when I eat regular pasta.
What's wrong with pasta, guys?
I bulk it up. I bulk my shit up, like meat sauce, sliced zucchini with the pasta, cheese.
Yeah, that's some good protein.
All that is like under 500 calories. My meals aren't 200, 300 calorie meals. They're fucking. I eat big, voluminous meals. Because I like a lot of food at one time because it satisfies me. I don't snack tons throughout the day if I'm eating big meals. Yeah. That's like when everyone's like, I need a snack. Okay, then have a fucking apple, a banana, a cheese stick. Like, why do you need a charcuterie board for a fucking snack? A bag of chips is not a snack.
It's not.
That is not a satisfying snack. That is just something because
that's just going to make you hungry
yeah, I mean, let's get real here, folks. That's not a fucking snack.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its are not a snack.
It's a treat. It's not a snack, right? You're not.
Yeah, exactly.
A snack should be done to satiate you.
Yeah. To hold you off till the next meal.
Right. If you're eating chips to satiate you, you are fucking up.
Yeah. That's not doing you any favors.
Right.
You're eating chips because you want to eat chips, not because
nothing wrong with chips, right? It's the context of how you're using the damn chips.
Yeah.
Have that with the rest of your stuff with your snack. Balance it out. Then it's a nice little snack.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I have to say about that. Add some protein and veggies to your pasta. That's what you do. What are your favorites?
Make sure you're using like a good whole grain pasta too, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I even make like a lunch meat pasta that Coach Christie turned me on to, like cut a bunch of peppers and cucumbers and use like some type of dressing and like turkey or chicken and cut that up and put that in there. That's always good too.
Yeah.
Cold pasta salads.
Cold pasta salads are great, especially this time of year in summertime.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Totally. And that's usually one of my meal prep things, my ingredient prep. I'll make a whole box of pasta and put it in the fridge. So then like my son will have pasta and Parmesan. My husband will eat it. And then we'll all make different things. It's already made.
Yeah.
Right there.
Totally.
Okay. So this
I got time for like one more each, probably.
Yeah, one more each. Damn, that went fast.
If we don't rant.
I know. All right. My parents are boomers. Dad is an alcoholic in denial. Great dad otherwise. Mom has been morbidly obese most of my life. Always looking for another excuse why she can't lose weight. I moved to a different state years ago, in part because of how I saw them live in self-destruction, anger, advice. I don't know what kind of advice you'd like for me.
What kind of advice are you like?
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Like,
it sucks.
First off, like your parents are at an age where there's no really telling them what to do. To be honest, I love my mom, but she's a boomer and we don't get along either to that extent. She's consistently dieting still. Same thing. She's been on a diet on and off her entire life.
You can't change other people.
You can't change your family members. I still love my mom, but I don't have to agree with her. Right. I can't change her. I could just live my own life the best I know how for myself.
I don't want to be part of your self-destructive decisions anymore. I love you, which is why I can't handle you seeing you do this to yourself. Yeah, and that's a boundary that maybe want to look at setting. I don't like, I'm not sure what kind of advice they're looking for here.
Yeah, there's not really a question for the
We
advice.
feel you, it sucks. There's no right answer. We can't, like, you have to do what's best for you. Anything we say is moot because we don't know anything else about that.
And what is that saying? Like, just because they're your family doesn't mean you have to like them.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to hate your parents, but I'm just saying that, I don't think you're alone. In fact, it's not that I don't think you're not alone.
Right.
So be the best you can be, and that's all you can do.
Be the best you can be.
All right, Matt, last question for you.
Yeah, I got one more here, and I think this is a really good one because we talk about this a lot with like strength training. Goals to lose fat. What is better, higher sets and reps with lower weight, or heavy weights with lower sets and reps? What's better is what's best, right? Better is better. None of these are better.
Right.
Combination of both. Like we shouldn't think about strength training and fat loss like in so one-dimensional in one lane.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways to do this. With strength training, utilize a combination of both, honestly. It's best. But also because none of those are better for fat loss. I want to be perfectly clear. It doesn't matter which of those rep ranges you're doing, high sets and reps or lower weight or heavy weights with lower sets, whatever the question was. It doesn't matter. That does not matter.
Mine are all over the place.
Yeah. I train in the 6 to 8 rep range, 6 to 10 rep range, 15 to 20. Like it just depends.
This month, Coach Kelly, all my fucking lifts are 12 to 15 and I could shoot myself, but this is where I'm at for this month. Last month, it was like 6 to 8. It's like, it's different all the time, depending on you as a person, individual. What are your goals? The goal determines the plan always.
Yes. And anybody that has been subscribes to our Patreon workouts, which by the way, if you have this question, you could benefit from our Patreon workouts, $5 a month. Okay. Anybody that subscribes to our Patreon for $5 a month knows that we do both, and our rep ranges are constantly changing and progressing over time.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing like what we're doing with our Fit Fat Strong program we just launched last month too, is like progressive overload. We started in a certain rep range. This month we bumped the rep range down a little bit or up, and we're just progressing from there, getting people used to the simulation. Like that's all you guys have to do. So
yeah. All right.
Okay.
That was great. I have like 100 more questions, but maybe I could save them for next one or
you can, what do you want to do with them?
I'll probably answer them on my page, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Lots of content for you.
We'll see. We'll see what I want to do with it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for all of your questions.
Thank you for submitting questions. We love it. All
right. And stay tuned I know we had a question actually about future meet and greets. So Beth and I are trying to be better about this. So we do know where we want to go next, right? Because we've talked about it. We want to go to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, fall time, late September, early October, tentatively right now. We're going to start planning that. We understand people need time to plan for that. So we'll get to it and we'll
get dates and stuff soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.